Imagine this. You are at your child's school gates on their first day. You are anxious, your child is anxious. What are you going to do? Will you abandon your child and leave because you believe you do not have a choice? Or are you going to stay and make sure your child is safe and not traumatized? The first day of school is a big step both for you and your child. Your child's first experience of separating from you is a developmental necessity and one of the most critical milestones in their journey to become an individual. But does that mean it should be a traumatic experience? Certainly not. On the first day of your child's educational journey, most schools force you to abandon your child at the school gate and leave. We strongly oppose this, and here's why. Abandoning children at school on their first day and letting them cry and cope with it is deeply concerning and not acceptable for several reasons. As parents and guardians, we have a responsibility to provide a stable and supportive environment for our children as they embark on their educational journey. Leaving them alone on their first day can have severe negative consequences on their emotional and psychological well being as well as their academic development. Emotional distress. Being left alone in an unfamiliar environment among unfamiliar people can cause extreme emotional distress for your child. They may feel abandoned, anxious, and scared, leading to feelings of insecurity and low self esteem. This experience can leave a lasting impact on their attitude towards school and learning. Broken sense of security. Your child relies on you for security and comfort. Abandoning them on their first day can shatter this sense of security, making them question their safety in this world. Such a rift in their secure base in early childhood can lead to attachment issues and difficulties in forming healthy relationships later in life. Trust issues. This experience can lead to a breakdown of trust between you and your child. It may become difficult for them to confide in you or seek your support in the future, further impacting their emotional development. Not many parents realize how long such a breach of trust can take to heal and for children to trust them again. Social integration. The first day of school is an essential milestone for your child to start developing social skills and making friends. Abandoning them can hinder this process, making it harder for them to integrate into the classroom environment and form positive relationships with the teachers and peers. Academic performance. Feeling emotionally distraught and insecure can significantly impact your child's ability to focus and engage in learning activities. This might lead to a decline in their academic performance and hinder their progress throughout the school year. Safety issues. In most parent-school relationships, school seems to have the upper hand are not easily approachable. They do not let you in to see how your child is doing. You are expected to blindly trust that the school is doing everything right for your child rather than allowing you to witness it yourself. There is no way for you to ensure your child's safety when you are forced to abandon them on day one. Then, why do schools force you to abandon your child quicker for settling? Children who experience such abandonment go through a period of intense trauma and subsequently choose to focus on intellectual work rather than the emotionally painful experience of being abandoned. They choose to engage their left brain rather than their right brain. This is misinterpreted by schools as children settling soon, since this is quicker and easier for the school to implement as a standard procedure rather than design an empathetic, attachment based transition plan. They opt for it. Block out parents. Parents taking an active part in the transition witness their child in the environment and tend to have a lot of questions either from a place of anxiety and apprehension or a genuine interest in understanding more about their children and their behavior. This can sometimes get overwhelming for the guides. Since parent education and empowerment are an essential part of our approach, the time spent addressing these concerns and answering the questions is totally worth it. However, it may not be the case for schools that do not want to engage with parents actively, but rather block them out and be less approachable. How can we do this better, and how do we handle the transition here at TTC? Recognize that it's a transition. The first step to creating a non traumatic experience is to recognize and be sensitive to the fact that starting school is a process of transition from always being with trusted adults in a safe home environment to a strange and unfamiliar school environment for half a day every day. Unless schools realize this, they will not care enough to create an emotionally safe transition plan for your child. A parent or guardian stays at school. We require one of the trusted adults of the child, be it a parent, grandparent, or a guardian, to stay at school until the child builds trust with the teacher, their peers, and the environment as a whole. Depending on each child, we have seen this take just a few days up to a month. Once the child develops trust in the new environment, they can be dropped off. But until then, you are required to stay in case the child wants to be with you to feel safe or go home. Home visits before the child starts school. If you choose to, you can invite the guide to visit your home a few times to spend some time with your child. This way, the guide can start building a relationship with your child in the safety and familiarity of their own homes. If you invite the guide home, it means that you trust the guide, and this helps your child trust the guide too and settle soon at school. Using transitional objects. As child psychologist Donald Winnicott said, transitional objects are items which are both created and discovered by an infant for comfort and to support the developmental necessity of separating from their primary caregiver. Such transitional objects are part of the emotional support system every child needs in their early years. When they are separated from you, it will reassure them. When they are upset, it will comfort them. When they are in a strange place, it will help them feel at home. We put up photos of families of children within the environment. This will aid them during the period of transition, as this acts as a point of reference, familiarity, and a source of security. Children may have transitional objects in the form of their favorite plush toy, a doll, a blanket, or a toy car. We are contemplating allowing children to bring it to school during this transition period. Conclusion. Instead of abandoning your child on the first day of school, you should actively participate in this significant transition. By doing so, you can create a positive and supportive environment that fosters your child's emotional well-being and helps them embrace the joy of learning. Engaging in open communication, showing empathy, and being present during this crucial phase can set a strong foundation for your child's future educational success and emotional growth.